Hello, we are RAM, and we are presenting the RAM National Parks app. The RAM National Parks app is an interactive map that allows users to explore the national parks of the United States, keep track of the parks that they have visited, and compile and view lists of parks that they want to visit in the future. After presenting our storyboard in class, we got some feedback. The first thing that we heard from users was that they might want to see when they visited each park. What we did to address this was we added a timeline that displayed the year in which the park was visited. Another thing we heard from users is that they might want to see personalized information about the park, so it's not just generalized. And what we did for this was when the app is launched, the user can preference whether they want information about camping or hiking. Now I'll show you what our app looks like. Here's the home page, and let's say I want to camp. Here you can see the map, and I want to get some information about Indiana Dunes. So I'm going to click on the pin. It's going to populate this information. You can see something about Indiana Dunes, a nice picture, and how much it costs to get in. I've actually been to Indiana Dunes, so I'm going to mark it as visited, then close this. You can see that Indiana Dunes is now on the timeline in the correct place, and its pin, it was changed to a star, which marks that it was visited. In the future, I also want to go to Crater Lake in Oregon, so I'm going to click on that pin, and I can add that to my to-visit list. And now I can click the atlas to see my to-visit list, which will show Crater Lake. One day when I visit Crater Lake, I can remove this and clear my to-visit list. Say I wanted to switch to hiking information instead of camping, I could click the back arrow and click I want to hike and do it all over again. After presenting in the bake-off, we got some feedback from users. The first thing that we heard was that it was hard to switch between hiking and camping. And what we did to address this was we added the back button, which you could see in our demo. Users also didn't know that they had to click the Start Planning button to enter the page, and we actually removed this Start Planning button because it was confusing. And now the I want to camp and I want to hike buttons directly link to the map. Some other things we heard were that users had a hard time finding the atlas icon, so what we did was change the color of the icon to contrast with the green background. We also heard that the users weren't sure what the stars and pins denoted, and we added a legend to clarify this. Looking towards the future, we want to add a functionality so that a user can enter a park that they visited in the past and set the date so it appears in the right place on the timeline. We also want to add more activities so that the user can view more things about every different park. And lastly, we want the ability to mark parks as visited through the to visit list. So as soon as you visit one, you can click visited and it'll appear on the map. Thank you for listening to our presentation.